Much can be said about this game that is well known for the tear-jerking storytelling and alluring tragedy selling points. It is indeed a rather strange thing to manage to make a walking simulator engaging and motivating and at the same time leave you with a lot of thoughts and emotion afterwards. This video will contain spoilers. Feel free to watch my playthrough of this game before watching this video. First of all, I think we can all agree on at least one thing. The storytelling is brilliant. The visuals in combination with the drip-fed unfolding of the climax makes this one of the most interesting "I'm walking here" games I've played in a long time. It doesn't try to present itself as a detective kind of game like Firewatch, nor does it confuse you like Dear Esther. It's a matter of it is what it is. As you know, in the end, it turns out that the protagonist Edith was talking past tense. And I don't know about you, but I didn't think much about it at the time of playing it. She talked like she already knew, and to me that instilled a sense of comfort. At least one of us knew. And throughout the house we uncovered the amazing ways her whole family passed away, and Edith was all that was left. Between the amazing stories of her family members' dramatic demises, we're being told the story of Edith. We learn that she's pregnant, that her mom Dawn had passed away, and her grandmother Edie had seemingly influenced the entire family into their deaths. We're basically told a story from a third party that would have been better understood from the other two sides, but both of those sides had passed away. Instead, Edith is left to try to climb past the doors her mom locked to reach the stories that Edie left. And yes, I do believe those stories were written by Edie. This paints a very interesting narrative. The house itself, the corridors, the common areas, told a story belonging to Edith's mom, Dawn. Stories swept into the corners in piles of books and carefully selected pictures. A coffee table that doesn't break. Anecdotes that doesn't intrude. And behind all the sealed-off doors were told the story of Edie, the museum she had built for each and every individual that had lived a life and passed away. They were told in such grand ways that it doesn't take us long to understand how much they had been polished to shine, how much Edie had laced it with neon paint and grand fireworks. And were we to dissect each and every story, we're in fact not told how they died, but how they lived. Curious, brave, adventurous, good-hearted, caring. These traits described through the story of how they passed but painted the character more than the true ending. And this, I believe, is where Edith's mom and grandma could not see eye to eye. As where Edie was trying to describe the remarkable lives of the ones she loved, Dawn only saw it as a written story on a tombstone, giving false inspiration to hurry to one's death. And maybe Dawn even blamed her own mother for fulfilling the curse rumored to engulf the family. She seemed convinced that even hearing those stories changed a person in such a way that they started to seek out danger, to push away caution, and were met by an early demise. An inspiration to die. Edie, on the other hand, saw the stories as an inspiration to live, to let the lost ones be remembered as someone remarkable regardless of age, setbacks, and bad luck. Like ensuring that regardless of how you live, you will be remembered, so don't let fear stop you from living. One thing that really gave me pause was the house in the ocean, the one that Edie walks out to when the tide was low. We're never allowed to go in, and many stop to ask what she saw in there, but she saw the very same thing that she did in every room of the house. A museum. Memories of her father, of his life, books, pictures, items that belonged to him. And she realized that she saw things that she thought she had forgotten. And this is why she did what she did. She had suddenly remembered her father in such a loving way because she was visually reminded of his great life. So she did the same to her family. She wanted them to be remembered. In the very end, Edith's mother, Dawn, must have realized this, and she wanted Edith to go there and hear the stories, to break down the doors, the metaphorical fear, and explore the family's lives. Dawn seemed to have known about the secret passages as well, and maybe she had even gone through the very same path Edith did. And she wanted to let Edith live with a brave heart, knowing that life is not painted in dark colors since it would one day end anyway. No, it's a fantastic gift to cherish and love, to be basked in light and warmth. And that seemed to have been Edith's conclusion as well. In the end, Edie only passed with nothing more than a notice that they found her. Nothing remarkable, no fancy story in bright red and yellow, only how the paramedic came to pick her up. What an absolute grey ending. And so maybe this book Edith left behind her was the final story of 3 women on 3 different sides of life. And the house represented the 2 sides she in the end balanced between herself. Because like she said,
if we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
It's easy to play this game and question what the point of it was, bringing only tears for the loss the rooms entailed. We're so conditioned to focus on loss that we forget to focus on the happiness it first brought us. The stories they graced our lives with. So scared of loss that when we finally reach it, it's the main role on the stage of memories. But when the curtain falls, should we not try harder to remember the bright lights the show surprised us with, rather than the dark room it left us in? But that's all I have to say about that. The full playthrough of What Remains of Edith Finch is available on my channel, and maybe you'd enjoy the next video being recommended on the screen right now. Love you guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye!